The Environmental Advisor. A historical perspective of sewage treatment. Proper disposal of sewage restricts the spread of waterborne diseases. Outbreaks of cholera and typhoid occurred in London in 1832 and 1847. In 1852, Samuel Peters initiated the first sewers on King Street, and by the 1890s, 27 kilometers of sewers had been constructed. By the 1890s, 4.5 megaliters per day of sewage was released to the Thames River. Due to dams and low flows in the summer, strong odors were pervasive. The Board of Health declared the odors to be a nuisance, and the city started to look for solutions. In 1892, a report was completed by Willis Chipman on the proposed system of main sewers and method of sewage disposal. After years of extensive debate, the City of London Bill was passed in 1896 for the authority to borrow money. Construction of trunk sewers and a sewage farm was completed in 1901. The sewage farm was located at the present site of the Greenway Sewage Treatment Plant. The population increased in London from 32,000 in 1892 to 102,000 in 1955. By 1955, the city had 3 sewage treatment plants: the East End, now known as Vauxhall, the South End on Watson Street, and the West End plant, now known as Greenway. In the 1950s, the condition of the Thames River was again an issue due to odors and pollution. A study completed by the Ontario Water Resources Commission in 1958 made several recommendations, including upgrading the West End plant and shutting down the South End plant. In 1962, the sewage plant upgrading and trunk sewers was the largest project undertaken by the City of London to that time. Changes and upgrades included the addition of disinfection and the startup of a new multi-hearth incinerator. As a result of all these changes, effluent quality improved by 75%. In 1972, decaying algae in Lake Erie depleted oxygen levels and killed fish. In order to reduce algae growth, phosphorus removal was required by the newly created Ministry of the Environment. Between 1973 and 1975, all 5 London plants installed systems to remove phosphorus by the addition of aluminum sulfate or ferrous chloride. The Thames River Basin Study was completed in 1975. Dissolved oxygen levels were an issue in a number of areas in the basin. As a result, nitrification, converting ammonia to nitrates, was mandated. A concentrated solution of bacteria is used to degrade organic material. By 1980, the City of London had expanded aeration sections to increase retention times to allow bacteria to convert ammonia to nitrates. In 1986, the 2 multi-hearth incinerators were shut down and 1 fluid bed incinerator was constructed. Heat recovery was incorporated in the fluid bed incinerator to reduce energy consumption. In 1988, ultraviolet light disinfection was installed. The city moved away from chlorine disinfection over the next 10 years at all its plants. Chlorine residuals required for disinfection are toxic to fish, whereas ultraviolet light does not impact the river. In 2008, membrane filters were installed at the Oxford Pollution Control Plant. The membrane reactor system is more energy intensive but requires less space. This is a full tertiary treatment system with high-quality effluent. In London, sewage treatment over the last 100 years has been a continual improvement process, and this process is expected to continue as new issues and opportunities arise.